NBC Palm Springs.
Thanks for joining us for your Midday News. I'm Mary Strong alongside meteorologist Jerry Steffen.
Yep.
What do you have in store for us today?
Nothing but sunshine today, dry air, but temperatures are going to be near normal today. But like I said a few minutes ago, it's going to start moving up a little bit over the next several days, but gradually. Ma Nature doesn't want you to notice, so she's adding a degree just about each and every day. So yeah.
It makes a big difference. Just that, I mean, I feel like from the beginning of the week to the weekend, we have like a 4 to 5 degree difference, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah, several days ago we had below normal numbers. Now we're near normal, but we kind of go above that over the next few days. I'll have those numbers for you in a bit.
Okay, all right, see you shortly. Thanks, Jerry. Our top story this morning, construction crews have broken ground on a new wind wall in Palm Springs. Officials say the 12-foot tall structure will stop sand from blowing onto roads and reduce road closures. NBC Palm Springs' Tiani Jadling has a story for us.
Anytime wind rolls through Palm Springs, this is the sight motorists see through streets like North Gene Trail. This oftentimes leads to road closures, affecting residents like Connie Duffy.
It's hard to see. You have to go really slow. You just have to go slower and take a different route.
But 6 months from now, this issue could be fixed with the help of a CMU brick wall, standing anywhere from 12 to 14.5 feet tall and 600 feet long, a project the city has discussed for months.
It's always a long process, and finally, you had to create plans, you had to drop. Where's the funding going to come from? Find those resources, and here we are today.
This project is being funded by Measure A. Along the process, residents can expect some road closures.
The road being marked off, and occasional closures, temporary closures, short-term, when they move sand from one side of the street to the other.
Palm Springs Mayor Ron DeHart says the goal for over a decade has been to improve visibility and minimize sand accumulation. This all to help motorists taking their everyday commute.
We're going to have fewer closures as long as Mother Nature works on our side and continues to do what she has been doing. But this will help protect the amount of drift sand that's coming onto Gene Autry.
And everyday drivers like Connie Duffy are ready to benefit from the end result.
That's a great idea. To keep the highways safe, keep the roads safe.
Tiani Jadling, NBC Palm Springs.
A Palm Desert man accused of possessing child pornography pled guilty in court on Wednesday. Joseph Cedars yesterday pled guilty to multiple charges. He's a former drummer of the indie group The New Pornographers. Cedars was originally scheduled for a felony settlement, but ultimately pled guilty to the charges. He will be sentenced August 26th. 20 Coachella Valley college students have been awarded more than $90,000 in scholarships. It's through Modernism Week's annual scholarship program and a partnership with One Future Coachella Valley. They contributed over $22,000. The program supports students pursuing careers in architecture and design and has awarded students over $400,000. It's mostly funded by community events and donations.
Every year since our scholarship program began in 2011, we've been able to give more scholarships each year. And we've seen an incredible impact to these Coachella Valley students who go away and get a terrific education and then come back to work here in the Coachella Valley. And that means a great deal to me because I'm from the Coachella Valley myself and I went to Indio High School. And so to be able through my job to contribute to these scholarships to local students is really meaningful.
Upcoming Modernism Week events are scheduled for October 16th through the 19th and February 12th through the 22nd. 6 LGBTQIA+ business leaders were honored with the Spirit of Palm Springs Award yesterday. The city hosted a Pride Month ceremony at Palm Springs City Hall on East Tahquitz Canyon Way. It was a celebration of the entrepreneurship, creativity, and inclusion that shaped the city's identity. City leaders say these honorees represent the best of Palm Springs business community.
It's great because, it's nice that the community gets along, everyone talks to each other, and you build each other's business, and it's not about competition, it's about supporting each other.
I consider it a privilege. We've received several Spirit Awards, so that tells me that, we are making a contribution and people are looking at what we do. Our primary focus is to give women, especially artists, a platform to develop and to learn and to give them a paycheck as well.
The event was one of many celebrations recognizing Pride Month across the valley. Let's head outside and take a live look now from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in Palm Springs. We'll circle back with Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we had 4 days of below normal numbers. Then yesterday we hit normal. So we're going in the direction of up. So it's getting a little hotter over the next few days in the Coachella Valley. Right now we have 90 degrees under clear skies, calm winds, 25% relative humidity. That number falls during the morning hours into the afternoon. 70 at Big Bear, 90 degrees at Desert Hot Springs, 92, 29 Palms, a sunny 92 at Indio, 88 degrees at Cabazon at this hour. Again, clear skies. Winds under 10 miles an hour. They will pick up out of the west as usual this time of year at around sunset, but nothing on radar over much of Southern California. We did have a marine layer that basically is burned off, but 105 to 109 putting us maybe a degree above what we had yesterday, and then the numbers go up after that over the next couple of afternoons. Dews in the 30s today with a high of 107 in Palm Springs this afternoon. Same for Indian Wells, 106 Indio, 108 at La Quinta. So we add a degree, like I said, each and every afternoon into the weekend. 108 Friday, 109 sunshine on Saturday. Got some 1-teens coming up. I'll let you know when. Full forecast next.
All right, Jerry, thanks. Palm Springs International Airport has earned an A rating from S&P Global. The rating is an indicator of financial health and reflects PSP's ability to fund key projects like terminal upgrades and expanded international services without relying on local taxes. Key strengths include record passenger levels, strong debt management, and leadership. Airport staff say the facility is positioned to advance infrastructure improvements and support regional growth. Walmart is opening doors for local entrepreneurs, giving Palm Springs area businesses a shot at getting their products on their shelves nationwide. Applications for Walmart's 2025 open call are now live, and businesses have until July 25th to apply. It's a chance to pitch products made, grown, or assembled in the United States directly to Walmart and Sam's Club buyers. Past winners from California have gone from startups to store shelves in months. And this year, tech innovators in manufacturing can apply as well. As the 4th of July approaches, Riverside County Animal Services is offering free microchip, pet vaccinations, and ID tags this Sunday. It's happening Sunday at our local Coachella Valley Animal Campus in Thousand Palms and also at San Jacinto and Blythe shelters. Services will be offered during shelter hours from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. And they do stress the importance of microchipping your animal before the 4th of July because a lot of animals get out during the fireworks. Well, there's a new California traffic law that took effect yesterday, limiting the use of cell phones while behind the wheel. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen has more on what you need to know.
Now, as of this month, there's now a new no-touch phone law in the state of California. If an officer finds that you're looking at your phone or touching it while you're behind the wheel, it can result in hundreds of dollars in fines. However, at the worst of it, you could cost someone's life. Law enforcement officials say the moment you're behind the wheel, you're not just responsible for yourself, but you're also responsible for others you are sharing the road with. 4-year traffic officer Russell Petticord says he's seen it time and time again, how even 1 second you're distracted could change your life forever.
One in particular, traveling even 20 to 30 miles per hour, they admitted to using their cell phone. They ended up kind of swerving out of the lane and hitting a curb, striking a curb, and then ultimately into a building.
The no-touch phone law was in full effect in the beginning of June. The law not just for those texting while driving, but even if you're holding it behind the wheel, regardless if it's for navigation purposes or music, you can be stopped and receive a ticket.
I'm going to issue a ticket though, okay, a citation.
According to Officer Petticord, this new law will enforce stricter rules. However, he says when they make stops, it's not just about enforcing the law. It's about education as well.
A lot of times people, when we contact them, they deny being on their phone or like texting or making a phone call. Whereas this is even holding your phone, you're, potentially going at an unsafe speed for the conditions. Being on your phone, you're distracted. We enjoy making contact with people. Every contact, we're able to educate people on, the safety aspects of it.
According to the latest statistics from the California Office of Traffic Safety, in 2022, 148 people were killed in an incident involving a distracted driver. And in 2024, a survey found over 73% of Californians identified distracted driving as anyone using their cell phone. Some locals say they've heard about this new no phone law, and they're hoping it will limit the cause of roadside accidents and deaths.
I think it's great. We shouldn't be on our phones. They're a huge distraction.
Decreasing, distracted driving will be very helpful in preventing accidents.
The way cars are now, with Bluetooth and CarPlay, Officer Petticourt says there's no reason you should ever need to touch your phone when on the road.
Use hands-free. You can talk through the speakers within your car.
Now, as you heard, it only takes a matter of seconds to have your life changed or someone else's when you're using a phone or distracted when you're behind the wheel. It's just better to follow the rules of the road, one of those being the no-touch phone rule. For NBC Palm Springs, I'm Brett Rosen.
Well, still ahead on your midday news, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth shares details on the U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. That's coming up next. But first, a live look outside at our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. As Jerry mentioned, temperatures are inching up as we head towards the weekend. He's going to break down your full 7-day forecast straight ahead. You're watching NBC Palm Springs Midday.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth held a press conference this morning at the Pentagon and shared details about U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. He started by reading reports from several sources that confirm the 3 targeted facilities were heavily damaged by the attack and said that set Iran's nuclear program back by years. Those assessments refute a preliminary report that said the attack was not as effective as the administration touted.
Here's the head of the UN Atomic Energy Agency this morning, Rafael Grossi. U.S. and Israeli strikes caused enormous damage to Iran's nuclear sites. Don't take my word for it. How about the IDF's chief of staff? I can say here that the assessment is that we significantly damaged the nuclear program, setting it back by years. I repeat, years.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, also took part in the briefing and confirmed that all 6 MOP or massive ordnance penetrator weapons hit their intended targets at the nuclear facility. An American Airlines flight had to return to Las Vegas because of engine trouble on Wednesday. Take a look at this. The flight was bound for Charlotte, North Carolina. According to the FAA, the crew reported an engine issue after taking off from Harry Reid International Airport on Wednesday. Now, the plane was an Airbus A321. It returned safely, and an airport spokesman said no injuries were reported among the 165 passengers on board. The FAA says initial details are preliminary, and it will, in fact, investigate that incident. The U.S. economy shrank 0.5% in the first 3 months of 2025, which is more than double what the Commerce Department reported in earlier estimates. The nation's GDP was previously reported to drop 0.2% in Q1 of 2025. This revised figure shows the economy contracted at a much faster pace than initially thought. It also indicates tariff fears earlier this year were more detrimental than economists previously thought. We're going to head outside and take a live look at our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Some folks already enjoying the pool there, and it's definitely going to be needed come this weekend. Jerry's going to break down your forecast coming up next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Checking the Walter Clark 111 cam. Yeah, totally clear skies over the valley today with temps it'll be at normal this afternoon, much like yesterday. Yesterday, spot on in Palm Springs. A lot of us around that 106 mark. Well, that's our normal high this time of year, and we'll be near that again this afternoon. Right now, 93 at Palm Springs, 94 Indio, 92 at Thousand Palms, 88 Yucca Valley, 87 at Banning. Winds light right now. They'll be out of the southwest, basically. You can see that right now, the arrows pointing their way to the northwest. Onshore winds around the San Gorgonio Pass. Well, the onshore winds will take over a little later on today, getting a little breezy around sunset. The marine layer was there this morning. You can see it's retreated over the Pacific Ocean. Not much going on in that department. Sunshine for everybody in Southern California. Nothing in radar, obviously. So today we have temps between 105 and 109. Lots of sunshine. That southeasterly flow changes to onshore around sunset, but hot and dry today in the valley. 107 in Palm Springs, 108 Palm Desert. Overnight lows in the 70s under totally clear skies this evening. Going to be a pleasant evening. Tomorrow, add another degree or two to our forecast, and our range is between 107 and 111. That'll be tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, and again, the same wind flow. Onshore winds getting a little gusty in the wind-prone areas around sunset tomorrow. But lots of 108s and 109s for the valley under sunshine Friday. Saturday, the numbers come up a little bit more, too. Thanks to a ridge of high pressure building over the southwest, it begins to nudge its way in our area, and the numbers come up a little bit bit. So we could see some low 110s on Saturday afternoon, plenty of sunshine. But Monday looks like the hottest day in our near future. 113 under sunshine for Palm Springs, 112 Indio, 114 La Quinta, 109 under clear skies at Desert Hot Springs. Again, that's Monday. Winds not really an issue over the next several days, kind of hanging steady. But again, onshore winds around sunset will pick up a little bit, and surface moisture remains dry with dew points in the 40s. Yeah, it's okay to use those evaporative coolers with those temps exceeding 100 degrees. Middle of the day relative humidity for the most part in the single digits. Now, yesterday I was looking at computer models that suggested some of that monsoonal moisture would be pulled up over the southwest, getting close to Southern California on Tuesday of next week. Well, they've kind of backed off on that forecast. Most of it staying over Arizona and New Mexico. Our forecast remains the same. Okay, Flossie, still not Flossie. It's the next named storm on our list, but really disorganized right now. This tropical wave, if it does form into a named storm, will become Flossie, but it's moving its way to the west-northwest. And despite its disorganized look, the National Hurricane Center thinks 80% chance of seeing Flossie. We'll keep you updated. Comfort Air 7-day forecast. Numbers move up gradually over the next few days into the weekend. 107 today, 108 tomorrow, 109 Saturday. You see the trend there. But the hottest day in our near future under sunshine Monday will be 113 for the city.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
The new LGBTQ+ documentary, The Little Pageant That Could, is making its Palm Springs premiere tomorrow night. Manny the Movie Guy has more.
Hello, Mr. John Carlos. A big congrats on The Little Pageant That Could, a much-needed documentary proving that drag is and can be a force of good.
Thank you. Great to be here. Thank you so much. It is a pageant that's been going on in Los Angeles for over 30 years. It started in someone's living room and it grew to some of the biggest live stages in Los Angeles and has raised over $6 million to help with AIDS research and those individuals that were suffering from AIDS. So this documentary is about those 30 plus years of this pageant. It's going to be a premiere for the desert community on June 27th, and we're excited to be there. So I will be there and meeting people. From what I'm hearing right now, a little time ahead of it, that it's going to be a packed event.
What do you hope for people to get after watching The Little Pageant That Could?
There is a heart. It's all centered around drag. Drag is a form of self-expression. Drag is one of our dearest art forms, but it's also a voice. In this particular film, it's a voice that basically battles against oppression and battles against discrimination. And drag is a very powerful voice in our community. And I hope people understand what drag is about in our community.
Now, once again, the little pageant that could, the Palm Springs premiere is going to be on Friday, June 27th at 7 p.m. at the Coachella Valley Repertory Theater. For tickets, you can buy them at the box office or you can go to the theater's website. So once again, Mr. John, thank you so much for making this documentary and good luck, okay? Good luck on everything.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
If you haven't seen it yet, we've got a new website designed to bring you the stories you care most about. You can go to our new website, NBCPalmSprings.com. You'll see our top stories there on our homepage. We've also got a newsroom tab with all of our stories organized by date. We'll be right back.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
And before we go, we just wanted to remind you there will be a Palm Springs Swim Center community meeting tonight. It'll be held at the Palm Springs Leisure Center on Pavilion Way at 5 o'clock. You can review designs for upcoming building upgrades at the Palm Springs Swim Center if you have interest in that. Also, just wanted to remind you, 4th of July is coming up next week.
Yeah, a week and a day away.
That's right. And our Riverside County Animal Services Department says they get so many dogs because the dogs are afraid of the fireworks and then they take off. And some will even scale a fence because it's so frightening to them. And they have a huge intake of animals. So what they're doing to prevent that this year is on Sunday, this Sunday, in just a few days, they are offering free microchips, free ID tags, and also free vaccinations at the Coachella Valley Animal Campus in Thousand Palms, also in Blythe and San Jacinto, if you know anybody that lives out there. It's great so that you can find your pet if, in fact, something happens.
I get frightened by them, too.
I'm sure you do.
A lot of people around the neighborhood shoot them off.
Yes, I bet.
Don't get much sleep on July 4th evening. Let's put it that way.
A little note to your neighbors.
Forecast. Temperatures are going to slow slowly move up. Today near normal, 105 to 109, typical this time of year. Plenty of sunshine and dry air. Here's some of the specifics. 107 at Palm Springs and Indian Wells, 106 at Indio, 108 La Quinta and Rancho Mirage. Then we add a degree each day as we head toward the weekend. Hottest day will be Sunday and Monday with 111 to 113, the range of highs. Numbers back off, but only slightly in the middle of next week. So, yeah, temperatures vary a little bit, but not much.
And do we keep that downward trend going after Monday?
Sadly, no.
Oh, goodness. Darn it. I was going to look forward to that. Well, that does it for us. We've got more news coming your way at 5, and we'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great, great day today.